Hello, I'm Edgar Wright, and we're here today at trailersfromhell.com to look at the best exploding head film of all time. No, not Scanners, Brian De Palma's The Fury. Check it out! Okay, here we are with the trailer for Brian De Palma's The Fury, made in 1978. I am a big Brian De Palma fan and apologist. Not that I think he needs any apologies, but some people seem to kind of like, Brian De Palma seems to rub some people up the wrong way, but I'm a big fan of a lot of his films, and this one is great. This one's kind of like weirdly underrated and undervalued because it comes immediately after Carrie, and it's slightly odd in terms of it has the same subject matter as Carrie, but it involves telekinesis again, and like a young girl with amazing powers that Amy Irving plays, the sort of the lead who has the Fury. I guess that was the name of the power in the film. But what it's so it's an odd mix as well because you know, Carrie is kind of like a pretty much a straight kind of horror revenge kind of film, and sort of The Fury has a sort of an espionage kind of edge to it, which kind of makes it a slightly different kind of like feel. So it's I think maybe one of the reasons it didn't kind of like isn't as well remembered is it's kind of a bit of a cross genre film. But what is amazing about it is the set pieces are pretty incredible, and like sort of obviously the trailer can't kind of really feature either of the most kind of famous bits, one of which is Fiona Lewis gets kind of like telekinetically spun around by Andrew Stevens using his fury on her, and you see kind of like a crazy sort of spinning kind of lady where she starts kind of bleeding and sort of bleeding all over the room. And also John Cassavetes is involved in a scene featuring the best exploding head of all time, and I say the best exploding head over Scanners, over Riccio, over Dawn of the Dead. The best exploding head of all time is in The Fury, because not only is it shot from seemingly 16 different angles, but John Williams' score is going absolutely bonkers at the same time. And I always thought that at the end of The Fury, where you have this exploding head scene, which is pretty much the end of the film, it is the end of the film, the score at that point, it sounds so jubilant. It almost sounds like it's the 20th Century Fox fanfare or something. It's not like horror music, it's almost like going, exploding heads! And John Williams' score just goes completely over the top with theremins, and it's amazing. I like this at the end. This looks like it should be the kind of like the graphic for like the novel. It looks like the cover of the... Based on the terrifying novel The Fury, an experience in terror and suspense. Terror and or suspense, either one would be fine, but both is good too.
For lovers of the shocking, the suspenseful, and the terrifying comes a new classic.